Thank you for joining us today. Again, I will show you the live systems here presented before you. So as you can see here, there are GCs, which is the latest model 8890 displayed here, and this is the very most commonly used analyzer in the industry all across hydrocarbon industry, and Aramco and SABIC are using this equipment in many quantities. So this system serves a lot of applications, and you can analyze a lot of different sample matrices. Also, you can see here along with this DC is there is another equipment sitting next to it, which is almost half the size of this DC, is also another GC. This is based on the latest technology and is named as Intuvo 9000 GC system. This was introduced 2-3 years before, and as you can see here, the footprints are half, and this consumes almost 50% less energy than the classical DC we have been using, and then also it gives you faster results where you can heat the column faster and cool the column faster. I will show you later on the benefit advantages of this DC, but let me focus on this DC and give you all the maintenance tips and tricks here. So before I begin, before you can start using this DC, which is costing hundreds and thousands of dollars, you probably would like to take care of a carrier gas. So this DC will be as good as the carrier gas you're going to use in the system. So begin with the carrier gas is must make sure that you are using gas clean filters. So as you can see here, these are the filters you can install in your carrier gas. Either you can put it in your helium carrier line, you can put it in fuel hydrogen, you can put it in air. So if your gases are very clean, your results will be very good, especially when you are doing a trace level analysis. Now, to make your maintenance easy and better usability, we have introduced, it's called smart gas clean filters. So you can see this device here which auto senses the saturation of the filter. For example, in this place I am keeping a used old filter. It is already saturated, and I probably will put a smart filter here and then connect behind the USB. You can see the system will immediately recognize that this is a saturated gas clean cartridge. So as you can see here, and also it is displayed on the system that we have found a gas clean cartridge which is saturated already. So the color on the smart cartridge is yellow, and this tells you it is saturated. Just to show you an example, if I replace with the new cartridge, this is a moisture cartridge I just opened from the brand new box, and if I replace this cartridge, the system immediately recognizes that the cartridge is good to go. So if I remove this cartridge from the used filter and introduce it onto a brand new filter, you see the light changes and the system automatically detects this is good to go filter. So make use of all the new technology which is being introduced year after year by organizations, by these companies who are putting lot of revenue in research and development. So having a good carrier gas is the most fundamental to running a good gas chromatography for your sample. So please note these smart filters and make use of it, and they help you a lot and work in your system and help you do a better job quickly. Now I will probably close this, remove this filter, and then give you a demo of how this equipment looks like. So I will come back to you this touch screen later at the end. Let me show you this DC, which is a RGA gas refinery gas analyzer. My colleague has already shared with you, and then this is how we test this GBA analyzers, and we build it, we calibrate it, and then we also ship it to our customers with all the wire diagrams which very clearly explain how many channels, columns valves, detectors are being used, and a copy of methods, copy of data, calibration tables, reports is also shipped along with the GC. So this is the USB which carries all the test data. So these customized GCs are ready to go. The moment you plug in your lab, a new analyzer, probably within a day or 2 or 3, you are ready to analyze your sample. So these are built to start running your sample matrix immediately. So let me show you the inside of the GC. So this GC is equipped with all kind of column technologies I will show you. So at the back you can see these are steel columns, nickel columns, and these are ultra inert columns. They are all metal and packed columns. You can see the color of the metal is a little bit different than the normal steel. So these are treated, Ultimetal treated columns, and here you can see these are capillary columns. So these columns, along with these two columns, we also are using a micro packed columns, and you can see this is one oven and we have a secondary oven, we call it here, is called LVO. So this is a large valve oven. So I'll probably move to this side so I can show it to you that this is the large valve oven, and if I remove it from the system, I probably can show you inside the where I'm keeping the column. So if you see it here this is a LVO system, and you can see these are also micro packed columns. These are packed columns, but they are 1 by 16 inch, and they are called micro packed columns, and they are very much in use nowadays, give you faster results, and you can, and this is sitting on a heated mandrel, so we can also heat them at the temperature we need to run our samples. So this is another type of a column. So micro packed columns, capillary columns, all these columns are used in building these analyzers. So I'll probably put this cover back and then show you some other technology of we are using in the system. Is probably I would like to explain to you that how this classical columns are being heated. So as you can see, this is a air heated oven. At the back side there is a fan which probably runs at 2000 rpm, so that circulating the air, so that this 40 meters of capillary column is at the same temperature. So let's say oven is at 100 degree temperature we want, then we have to heat the surrounding air at 100 degrees so that the column stays at 100 degrees. So this is almost 1 square feet of air we have to heat every time, and if we want to cool it, let's say we want to go to 35 degree temperature for the next run, so we have to cool it down. So heating and cooling of this oven is essentially heating and cooling of this 1 cubic feet of air, which is we find is a lot of wastage of energy. Can we find a technology or a system we can heat columns without heating the air? So this is where this technology comes in, where I said this GC becomes half the size, is because there is no oven, or there is an oven but there is no air in the system. So I like to show you inside of this oven and how the columns are and how they differ from the classical oven. So this GC is very simple to maintain and use. All you need is one tool which is built inside the compartment, and you can just open each and every part in this system. And it's so easy. If I show you the column, you just flip it open, and this is a direct heating column. There is no air in this oven. So this column is a planar column, is just like a A4 size paper just sitting on a mirror, and this is the heating mantle which just closes it. So there is no air, 1 cubic feet of air which we have to heat so that we can heat this column. So this prevents a lot of wastage of energy, and it reaches our 100 degree temperature faster than this DC. So if I want to also show you that how you can install or change this column is very easy. These columns are all smart columns here as we have been displayed, and if I show you this, they read it by themselves. So there is a smart key associated with each column. So this is a USB key, it is a memory chip in there, and it saves the complete data, how when this column was first injection was used and how many injections has been used, date and time, etc. And if you have to change this column, you can change it within 2 minutes. So you don't need any special skills to change this column. Just remove 4 different nuts and you are done. So I'll just show you within a minute how to change this column. Just flip it open, the 4 knobs which are holding this cage in place. And the moment you remove these 4 nuts, you just loosen the upper 2 screws. These are the 2 screws which are holding it. And once you loosen these 2 screws, your column will just flip it open. So this is as simple as this one. So this new technology does help you to do a job faster and easier. So I will just remove these 2 columns, 2 nuts here, and then you can just flip this column open. So as you can see, it's a planar column. It's just 2-dimensional. There is no thickness to this column. So I just want to compare this column with this column, and you can see how they are woven in circles. So this is almost a 3-dimensional, so it has got a depth inside as well, but this is a flat column. So we call it direct heating columns. They save a lot of energy, and they do a lot of, we can do a faster sample analysis. So putting back or replacing a column is again as simple as that. Just connect the USB knob, put the inlet and outlet in place. So as you can see, there is no nut, there is no furrow, there is no spanners required to connect this column. And then just flip all the 4 knobs so that the cage is in place, holding it. Once it is holding it, you can connect the in and out flow paths. So this is as simple as that. This is why we are showing you, is because we want to show you the new technology, and these systems are available and anybody can use these systems and run their samples. So let me put this back here. So as you can see, it takes almost 1 or 2 minutes, and anybody can replace the column. And these columns are leak-free columns, because we are not using any furrows, any nuts, not cutting any columns. So there is a lot of man-made problems can be avoided by using new technology. So I wanted to show you this technology which is available in our new technology DC called Intivo 9000. So this is how direct heating columns are being used, and this technology is available. So of course this will heat faster and consume almost 50% less electricity. Now I will take you to the inlet side of the inlet and detector maintenance side of it, and then at the end I will show you on the touch screen and diagnostic and some of the software points here. So let me show you the inlet, which is here. This DC RGA is equipped with the front inlet, and as you can see here, this is a specially treated inlet weld band. So the steel color is got a little blue tinge here, which is telling us this is ulti-metal treated weld band. So this is not a normal metal. We have been treated it so that we can run some reactive compounds, or we can run some trace amount, very popular for oxygenates or sulfur matrix samples. So in this DC, we have a lot of maintenance you need to do at the inlet side. Of course, all of you must be very familiar of replacing the septa, which is pretty easy. Just make sure before you replace any part in the inlet is that it is cooled down, and it's at the room temperature so that you can touch it. So, and better to wear some gloves, not touch any parts with your fingers, because your fingers can carry some skin oil, which will make extra peaks in your chromatogram. So as you can see here, this is a septum, and this septum people generally replace either every morning or weekly once, depending on the sample load. And if you are not injecting any syringe samples, you probably need not change the septum very often. But then there is a more to the inlet, is there is a liner inside, and which is also very easily you can replace it. Just flip the yellow knob and flip the top cover up, and then you can remove the liner inside. So I will just move this nut up, and as you can see here, I can see the liner is fitting with the O-ring, and I can just remove it. So better to use the tweezer, so you can lift it up and remove the liner. So if you are not able to see it, probably I can show it to you that I'm lifting the liner here, and then this is the liner. So as you can see here, these are specially treated liner also, not an ordinary glass liner. These are called ultra inert liner, and they come in fixed with the O-ring. So this O-ring is very important. This glass wool is very important to pre-mix your sample. It helps you even catching some debris, which is maybe the pieces of septums are falling sometimes. And this ultra inert liners, they come in a touchless packing. So if I show you a new ultra inert liner, it comes with a certificate of performance, and all these liners are individually tested, and there is a certificate available and tested with 2 nanogram of analytes here. There is a lot number available, and there is a barcode, and then certificate of performance. And then when you replace this liner, you just need not touch with your fingers. It is a touchless packing. You can just lift the liner out and just put it in the inlet, and then it comes with the O-ring also is fitted inside, pre-fitted. So this is much handier, easier to replace the liners, and they last longer because they are ultra inert. They are treated. So inside of the liner is inert to the most reactive compounds, either sulfur compounds or oxygenates, and this helps a lot while you are doing a trace level. And now I will just close the inlet, just flip the knob back in place, and then close it. So this is how easy. You don't need any tools to connect the liner or replace the liner. And then I will show you after this, I will show you how you can replace probably the inlet side of it. And then give me a second so that I close it back. Okay, so this is done, and then I can show you also the inside of the column. So this is one very interesting small little tools. They come in very handy. As you must have seen, these are the nuts we use regularly to connect or replace the columns, and this you have to do it very often, when there is a leak or you want to change the column, or sometimes the column is being used for a long time, you want to cut a piece of the column, and then you need to replace the ferrule at the top, and then put the column here, and then with the tools, spanners, it's not that easy. Some ferrule falls on the floor or column breaks, stuff like that. So to make this user, you can change it very easily. I have Agilent has come out with the self-tightening nuts. So this is a very special nut. You don't need any spanner. This is finger tight, so you can just close it with your hands. You don't need a septum which is holding the nut. In this case, if you all remember, we need to put a septum at the bottom so the nut does not fall. So then you have you don't need a septum. You have a ring which is holding the column, and there is a ring which is holding the column, and then you can tighten it, and then it's just a finger tight, and you don't break it or you don't lose anything, and then it's so easy to connect a new column. And this is the detector side I'm connecting, and you can see it is touching the FID height, and then I can pull it back a little bit so that it goes all the way up, and then I can just tighten it with my fingers. So this is so easy to work with the self-tightening nuts.
Now there is one more advantage of using these nuts, is that these nuts are self-tightening. There is a reason why we say it is self-tightening, is because they are spring-loaded inside. So I will show you 1 second, and let me just finish this one connection, and then I will. Sometimes working with the gloves is not very simple than the bare hands. I probably agree with that. So you can just tighten it with your hands. Once if you feel it is tight, just give it another 20 or 30 degree turn, and we are done. And you see here, this is now tight, and the column is sitting very. So you must pull it down and see that the column is not coming out. If it is tight, it won't come out. So these are self-tightening nuts. You can buy for inlet. You can buy this side also. You can buy for detector. And it is a spring-loaded. And when I say spring-loaded, what does it mean? Is when the oven is heating and cooling, the ferrule inside will shrink and expand. And when the ferrule is shrinking and expanding, after a few runs, probably it will start a minor leak. And that minor leak is very visible when you are doing a trace level analysis. So when I say it has a spring-loaded nut, then the moment the ferrule becomes a little bit shrink, then the spring will push it up. So this makes a self-sealing, self-tightening nuts. That's how the name comes from. So this is very important, along with the small little tools and gadgets which are coming. And then I also would like to show you a smart key for the columns. So this column, for example, has got some phase, some length, and some ID. But then all of these things you can probably just catch it by inserting a USB. So these are the smart key with the columns. You can just put it into the new GC. The moment you insert it into the column, the system recognizes there is a new column available. So I will probably, this is a touch screen which even works with the gloves. So this is not like a mobile screen where it's difficult. So you can see here, new column smart key is found. So I will probably go here and see there is a new smart key, and if you see, you can see the system recognizes the column automatically. So this is the column which is 30 meter long, 320 micron, 0.25. So this helps you doing a job much better. So this has a traceability. It will track how many injections have been done, when the column was first put into the use. So you probably have a full track of your sample. So many times this kind of a data helps a lot. So we don't know, there is a column in the drawer, but was it used, was it a new one? But if it comes with a smart key, you know how much it has been already used or not. So these kind of tools, small little smart tools are available from Agilent on every now and then please try to make it use of it. Along with this smart tools, I will also like to show that this GC is really smart in a way that you can take this GC with you. Meaning, this GC, of course, nowadays, if you want to make any change or work on this GC, you have to walk into the lab and try to check what is the temperature or pressure or flow or any leaks, stuff like that. But this GC or this control panel, you can take it with you in an iPad. So probably if you can connect an iPad to this system. If I show you one of my iPads here, and I can just open a Chrome browser and then put in the IP address of this system, and here you get the same control panel, and all these things you can change on the iPad. So it's a remote device. You can walk around in the building or take it to your office, but you stay in touch, in control with your GC. So here is your GC, and if you want to change anything, you probably have every little detail available in the system here. So you can go to the method, you can change any of the detector parameters, or you can change any inlet parameters, you can monitor anything, you can diagnose anything, and then you have a maintenance tab. All these features are available on a tab. So you carry your GC control with you. So no need to walk into the lab every time. Probably the way is you can take your GC with you. So make use of this smart technology available, and you can connect everything on an iPad remotely. Even it helps even, and then I can even show you that these GCs can be put on a network. We call it Open Lab software network. And if you see here on my system, I am putting this on the network. So what do you mean by network is these two computers are not directly connected to this GC, but you can put it in another building, another office, or even from home. You can access this GC. So these are networked software which are available, and I can show you. This is connected to my lab, and we are running quite a lot of analyzers are being tested. As you can see here, this system, this is a control panel for my lab, and then there are two different systems. It's a hybrid system where I'm putting a new software called CDS2, and also I have a classical software which is ChemStation. So all these systems we've been testing and running, calibrating, and then shipping it to our customers. So as you can also see, they have a very clear status from a distance. You know, the green one is ready to run a sample, or probably this is waiting to get ready. So not waiting for stabilization, either could be temporary. So you can see all the status of your lab. If you have got 20 GCs in the lab, probably all 20 you can see anywhere on the network. So you don't need to be in the lab near the GC to see what is going on. And then also I'd like to show you that there are some maintenance tips available within the software itself. So if you go to the instrument and select on the maintenance section here, I will show you again. There is an instrument and the maintenance. You can preset alarms. You know, we call it early maintenance feedback counters. So this is the one here. So for example, you want to change a liner after every few months or usage, you can define your set points and goals here. So it will give you an alarm after the expiry of the threshold. So you can set it, you know, I want to run it for, you know, every month I want to replace it. So give me an alarm, and it will set an alarm. It's an early maintenance feedback. So similarly, how many septum injections you would like to replace the septum. So you can say somebody has put, you know, 200 injections, and within 200 injection I must change it. Or you probably can enable or change these values. You can put your own parameters, and then you can also enable if there is any threshold warnings will be given at the beginning. So look for all these small little tips which are very handy to run your GC smoothly without any loss of time, you know. So this is what we wanted to show you, and then all these help features are available, which is inbuilt, and you can, you know, look for any guidance on, you can learn about any topic on the calibration, on the usage, including we have tutorials which are built into the software, and so we have a parts finder which will help you to locate the parts inside the GC. So all these tools, little tools, will help you to make your GC more productive and keep it running without any loss of time. So if I show you, this is part of the software also, is a parts finder. You can particularly pick up your GC model and say, I wish to change, or look what are the parts required for my GC. So this is a very popular 7890 model GC, and this GC you can flip it up or down, you know, and then see what are these parts inlet. So for example, if I show you I need a part number for my liner, and you probably go inside and see how many different liners are available, and all this you can order it immediately. Also you can build your own parts list or inventory and then whenever you feel you can order it online. So these are the small little tools which I wanted to share with you. I hope you must have found this very useful session. And then with this, I probably like to end the session today, but we can set it up again depending on your request. And then don't forget to write to us and contact us at gulbioanalytical.com and give us your feedback. We like to improve our services and deliveries. And then in this process, I thank you all, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you very much.